I need you to go to the shops and pick me up some shopping. I need eggs, milk, some fruit, canned veg, and a bunch of other things. I'll send a list through. Also, you'll have to pay for all of this as I have no money at the minute.
Oh, hello, Mom. Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks for asking. What's that? How's my day going? It's not too bad, actually.
Stop being so snarky, Madison. I don't have time for this. I'm still working, unlike some people.
What's that supposed to mean?
I know exactly what I'm on about.
Oh, so you're back on this spiel again, trying to claim that I don't work or anything, so I should act like your personal maid?
Both know that writing simply isn't a job. You need to get some proper work so that you actually have a bit of money to spend.
Writing is a job, and I'm doing very well with it at the moment. Thank you very much.
Huh. And I've suddenly become a famous singer, flush with money. Oh, I've just remembered, with the shopping you'll have to pay for all of it as I have no money at the minute.
Hang on, didn't you get paid only last week?
And?
Well, considering this is your food, I think you should pay for it. I mean, with how things are at the moment with the economy, I simply can't afford to pay hundreds of dollars for your shopping when I've got to pay for all of my stuff too.
To my daughter, I spent years of my life raising you, looking after you, and paying for everything you needed. I think the least you could do is pay for my food this one time, don't you?
That's quite a lot of money though, Mom. Shopping isn't cheap nowadays.
Excuse me. You are my daughter, and I have brought you up and made sure you had a good life until adulthood, and you were able to go off on your own. But you chose not to do that, didn't you?
What?
Well, just with your job, you're not exactly making a lot of money, are you? There's no way that you'll be able to actually afford a decent life. You're just going to end up leeching off of people. Probably me.
I'm not trying to leech off of anyone. And what kind of mom talks to their child like that? You act as if I'm some horrible stranger you don't know, demanding that I do whatever you say.
Do not. Stop being so overdramatic. You know it's annoying when you get like that. Nobody likes it.
You mean you don't like it? Besides, I'm not being overly dramatic, just truthful.
Sure. Okay. Whatever you say.
Well, you know what? I can't do anything for you anyway, because I'm out at the moment.
Do you mean you're out?
I'm out with friends. We decided to go to a bar for the evening and just have a girls' night.
You didn't invite me?
Well, no. They're my friends, and you have no idea who they are, so why would you come out with us?
Well, first you won't get my shopping for me, and now you're excluding me from nights out? Are you embarrassed of me, or do you just hate me? What have I done to deserve such hatred from you?
Mom, what are you on about? I don't hate you. It's just that this is my life. You wouldn't expect me to come out with you and your friends, would you?
What? Of course you couldn't come out with us. They're my friends. I wouldn't want you embarrassing me.
Well then, why do you think it would be okay to come out and embarrass me?
Oh, I see. I'm just an embarrassment to you, huh? Nice way to talk to your mother.
Ugh, look, Mom, I'm going to go now. I'm sorry you feel like that, but I can talk to you tomorrow about it all. I really don't have time to talk now.
Oh, I see. Well then, I guess I'll just go and sit all by myself and be incredibly lonely and depressed. Don't worry, it's not your fault. Even if you won't include me in your life.
Mom, please don't make this all about you again. I'm just having a night out with my friends, and I don't want it ruined.
Whatever, Jane. You're just being a selfish little girl again. You were always like this. Always being selfish and only thinking of your own wants and needs. You never once thought of me. Like that time when we were on holiday and you had the last of the chocolate ice cream from the shop. I wanted that flavor and you simply took it for yourself.
Mom, I was 10 years old. You can't really expect me to have been conscious about the fact that you wanted chocolate ice cream as well, especially when you hadn't even said that you wanted it. From what I remember, you actually had said that you wanted the strawberry flavor.
Yes, well, I hadn't fully made up my mind. And then, when I saw the chocolate, I knew that was what I wanted.
I can't believe you're still going on about this. It was over 20 years ago.
And yet, you've still maintained your selfish tendencies. I don't know where I went wrong with you.
Okay, that's it. I'm going now. I'm not going to stay here and let you insult me and whatever else you want to try and do. I'll talk to you tomorrow if you actually bother to be mature and nice. And if there's anything you need from the shop, I can grab it for you tomorrow. But I won't be buying your entire shopping list for you.
So you're just going to ignore me for the rest of the night now?
Yeah, pretty much.
You can't do that, Jane. You need to listen to your mother and respond when I message you. Jane! Ugh, some daughter you are.
Hey girl, sorry I couldn't come out with you and the others the other night, but Dylan would not stop crying and I couldn't bear to leave him when he was so upset. Did I miss much?
Florence, hey. No, it's totally okay. We all understood. We'll have to make it a lunch outing next time so that we can all meet little Dylan as well. You really didn't miss much. Sue and Ben are heading off on a cruise soon, and Jennifer has got a new puppy.
How is that not missing much? You know I love puppies. Now I'm going to have to go and see it, lol.
Haha, well, it did look quite adorable in her photos.
Well, what about you? Is there anything going on with you?
Oh, well, the book I wrote has been picked up and published. In fact, it came out a few days ago and it's had really good reactions. People seem to love it. I guess there are more people with toxic mothers than I originally thought.
Oh, that is for sure. I mean, my own mom has some bad tendencies too, so I know I could have used with your book, lol.
It's just my mom, though.
Oh, is she being...
Her usual, demanding, toxic self? Yeah. She messaged me the other night demanding that I get her shopping for her, despite it being like 9 at night. She even demanded that I pay for all of it, and it would have come to well over $100. I mean, I get that she's my mom and stuff, but I can't really afford to buy all of her shopping for her. And I know that if I do it once for her, then she's going to demand that I do it all of the time from then on. Not to mention that she was trying to guilt trip me into doing all of this by saying that she gave birth to me, so I owed her. I mean, what kind of mom does that?
A pretty rubbish one, I'd have to say.
Yeah, sorry about just randomly dumping all of that on you.
Hey, it's okay. That's what best friends are for. I'm just sorry you have to put up with something like that on a daily basis. I'm guessing all of these situations and different kind of things have made their way into your book?
Oh yeah. That book is basically a masterclass on how to deal with a toxic parent, lol.
Well, maybe you should just cut her out of your life, especially if she's not actually making it any better for you.
I know, but I still feel bad. She's still my mom.
But she treats you like dirt, and she'll continue to treat you like dirt until you stand up to her.
Maybe you're right. I mean, it's probably about time I try and stick up for myself. I could start by telling her about my book.
Yeah, and depending on how she takes it, you can decide what to do from there. I mean, she might have an epiphany and start treating you better after realizing just how much trauma she put you through when you were a young girl.
Yeah, she might, but it's kind of doubtful.
Well, you can only hope and try.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, I've got to go, so I'll see you soon.
Yes, definitely. I can introduce all of you to Dylan then.
Oh, I would love that.
Well, let me know a date when we can all meet up again. I'll see you soon, and good luck with your mom.
See you soon. Hey Mom, how are you today?
Oh, Jane. Well, to be completely honest, I'm kind of frustrated. Nothing is going my way today.
Oh, well, I've got some good news, I think.
Go on then. I could do with some good news for once.
Well, you know about that book I told you about? The one I've been working on?
God, not this again. How many times do I have to tell you that this whole book nonsense isn't going to get you any money? It's a complete waste of time.
It's not a waste of time.
Yes, it is. Look, let's face it. You'll never be as good as this person who's written this new book that everyone's talking about. So you should just give up and move on to a real job.
What book is that then?
Have you read the book Raised by a Toxic Mother? That stupid book is on everyone's lips.
Yes, I'm the author.
Huh? Don't be ridiculous. You're not the author. The author writes about her toxic mother and how she has had to go through all of these horrible situations whilst growing up, trying to deal with this woman. How the woman would constantly belittle her, or how she would almost gaslight her into thinking that she wasn't good enough for her mom, and that she didn't deserve to have nice things because she hadn't worked for them, or something stupid like that. Your life was never like that. I mean, I was the perfect mother, and there's nothing really you can say against that.
What? Yes, it was. You were incredibly controlling and demanding and demeaning to me. You were so toxic, it was unbelievable, and you haven't really improved much as the years have gone by. You still yell at me over the stupidest of things, not to mention that you still demand that I do everything for you. It's like you act like a toddler, unable to do anything for yourself. And I don't know if it's because you really can't be bothered to do things for yourself, or if it's because you're just incredibly jealous of me and hate the thought of me having my own life.
Me. Jealous of you. Don't make me laugh. I have a much better life than you. I mean, honestly, you live in a horrible, squalid little apartment that I really wish that I would never have to step foot in. Not to mention that you can't afford anything actually decent in life, as you simply have no money, as you're a rubbish writer, and no one would ever want to buy your book.
Well, I guess you're wrong there then, aren't you? Considering my book is being talked about and read by a lot of people.
Can't be your book, though. It's too good to be yours.
It is?
Well then, how dare you write about me like that? It's all a bunch of lies and slander. You make me sound like a horrible person, and it's just not true. I was a loving and caring mother to you when you were younger. Nothing more, nothing less.
No, you weren't. The only time you cared to show me any kind of affection was when we had guests over so that you wouldn't look bad in front of them. Any other time when it was just the family, you didn't care how you acted. You would tell me that I was ungrateful and that I should get a job to earn money to pay rent and stuff when I was just 12 years old. You'd also constantly comment on what I was wearing, or what I was doing, or who I was talking to because you hated the fact that I was younger than you and had more opportunities in life than you did. I mean, if you didn't want a kid, if you were going to be so jealous of them, why did you have one?
Well, it's not like I actually wanted you. You were a mistake, plain and simple. If I could go back in time and not get pregnant, I would definitely do that.
Wow. Thanks for that, Mom. What a nice thing to say.
It's simply the truth. You just weren't worth the effort.
Well, you know what? I don't need you anyway. I've become a successful author whose book is flying off of the shelves. It looks like I'm not the only one with a toxic parent, and people want all of the help that they can get in dealing with them. And in fact, with just how toxic you are, I might even have to write a second book, following up on your insane attitude.
Well, considering the book is about me, I should get royalties, or like 50% of the profits. You wouldn't have that story if it weren't for me.
I would much rather have had a mom who loved and cared for me than a reason to write that book. If you honestly think that I would rather have a reason to write that book instead of having a mom who loves and cared for me, then you're even more stupid than I originally thought.
Please, anyone would pick the money over something as trivial and childish as family.
No, you might pick that, but other, more caring people would always pick their family.
Well then, they'd be idiots, wouldn't they?
No, they'd be right in choosing family. And because I know that you'll never pick me over, well, pretty much anything else, I've decided to take some of my own advice and cut you off completely.
Huh?
Yep, I'm done with trying to please you. Nothing I do will ever be good enough for you, but that's your problem, not mine. I'm a smart, beautiful, and independent woman who knows her worth. You can't put me down anymore because I won't let you.
Jane, what are you saying?
I'm saying goodbye. I'm not going to bother talking to you again, and unless you act mature and speak to me in a respectful manner, I'm not going to reply to any messages that you might send me.
Can't do that.
Actually, I can. It's actually the last tactic recommended by therapists if a toxic person won't change. So, I guess all I have to say now is goodbye. I hope you are able to change your toxic behavior one day, as it might lead you to a better life.
Wait, Jane!
After that, I cut my mom out of my life. She was simply too toxic to keep around, and she was making my life more difficult than it needed to be. Even though she was family, it still didn't justify how she was treating me. It's important to know your worth and only keep the people who will make your life better in your life. Since then, I have felt much happier and less stressed. As for my mom, she tried to get in contact with me the first few days. However, when I didn't respond, she soon gave up. She hasn't bothered to apologize or anything yet, so I will continue to ignore her until she does. Though, I don't hold much hope that she will. But, oh well, as long as my life is better for cutting her out, I will keep true to my word.
Zoe, dear, how are you not so ashamed of yourself right now?
Huh? Wendy? What do you mean?
Well, I was just out in town when I saw you walking along with some other man who wasn't my Henry. You were laughing and smiling like a little girl with a massive crush. I mean, you're married to my son, and you're out there flirting with other men and going on dates with them? That is definitely not acceptable.
Hang on, you just saw me in town?
Yes, I was out doing my morning shopping, and there you were, brazen as anything.
It's not what you think, Wendy. Honestly, there's a reasonable explanation for all of this.
Oh, please. As if I haven't heard that excuse before. I told Henry that he was making a big mistake when he married you, and what do you know? I was right. He should have just listened to me when I told him to dump you and leave you at the altar.
Hang on, you actually told him to leave me at the altar?
Yes, and he should have done it too. It would have saved him a lot of time, effort, and money. I mean, you've just gone and cheated on him. Now he's going to have to go through a whole messy divorce and everything. Oh, and my friends will just have a field day with this gossip. They'll be hounding me, asking me how I could let my sweet boy marry a horrible woman like you.
Look, Wendy, I'm not sure where you've got this idea that I'm cheating on my husband, because I'm not. I'm very happy with Henry. If you just come round to the house this afternoon, I'm sure we can get everything cleared up, okay?
Well, if you say so. Very well. I'll come round. But you better have a good explanation for what I've seen today.
I do, don't worry. Just come round around 2, okay? I'll be back by then.
Uh-huh, sure. Henry, dear, do you have a moment?
Mom? Yeah, I've got a moment to talk. Is everything all right?
Well, no, not really.
What's wrong?
Zoe's cheating on you.
What?
Yes, I saw her this morning, walking in town with some strange man who I had never seen before. I swear she was flirting with him nonstop. It was terrible to watch.
I don't understand.
I did tell you not to marry her, didn't I tell you? But you just ignored me and went ahead and did it anyway. Now look at the situation you're in. And with your birthday coming up as well, how horrible can she get, huh? I say that you should just divorce her now and be done with it. There's no reason to be upset. You can do so much better anyway. You could finally take Linda's girl out on a date. You know, the one I tried to set you up with before this harlot came along. Susan is still lovely and single, and I'm sure she'd be more than happy to go on a date with you.
Whoa. Hold up, Mom. I'm not just gonna walk out on Zoe. I want to know what's going on for real. I'm gonna go home and have a chat with her about it. I'm sure that this has just been one huge misunderstanding. She'd never do something like that to me. We love each other too much for that.
Yes, well, she clearly doesn't love you as much as you love her. Honestly, Henry, just listen to me for a change and leave that woman. She's no good for you.
Mom, please, just don't, okay?
Fine.
Thank you. I've got to get back to work, but I'll have that conversation with Zoe tonight and I'll let you know how it goes.
Yes, okay. I look forward to it. I'm sure it will be a very interesting chat. Honestly, Zoe, what are you doing? Have some decency, will you? I mean, who just prances around their home in their underwear? What if someone knocks at the door?
Huh? Wendy? How on earth do you know what I'm doing?
Huh? Oh, well, lucky guess. You seem like the type of woman who would do that. And I just think a text to remind you not to every now and then is for the best.
Right.
Anyway, your dinner is going to burn if you don't go to it. Probably. You might want to get that sorted for when Henry gets back home. He's going to be hungry after work, and I want to make sure that my boy is getting what he deserves. In all aspects of his life.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Nothing. Now take your potatoes off of the hob before they boil over, and get dressed for goodness sake.
Okay, Mike, I honestly can't deal with this anymore. I am so stressed. I'm just going to have to tell Henry the truth.
What do you mean? What's happened?
Well, you know last week when I said Henry's mom saw us in town? Well, she's gone and told Henry that I'm cheating on him with you. Henry asked me if I was cheating on him, and of course I told him I hadn't, but then I didn't want to say anything about you because I wanted it to be a surprise for his birthday. But it seems like I'm going to have to tell him because he's just getting more and more tense. He could tell I was lying when he asked me if I had been spending any time with men who aren't him. Not to mention that this entire week Wendy has been messaging me out of the blue. commenting on things I've been doing whilst I've been at home. It's like she can see me. But I know she's not, like, lurking outside of my house or anything. I feel like I'm going insane.
It'll be okay, Zoe. It's almost Henry's birthday. Just a couple more days and we can reveal our secret. As for his mom, have you ever thought that maybe she's bugged your house with some cameras or something?
She wouldn't do that. Surely. You don't think she'd do that, do you?
I'm not sure. I've never met her after all. But from what you've told me about her last week, I wouldn't be so surprised.
Well, maybe there's a way that I can check. I mean, if she did set up any cameras, I bet it was so that she could film us together in the house and use it as so-called evidence to show Henry to get him to leave me.
No offense, but your mother-in-law sounds kinda crazy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Ha! I knew it. I knew you were lying to me, Zoe. I saw everything. I know that you just let that man from the other day into your house. I bet you two are going to go and cheat together. Well, I won't let you. I'm calling Henry right now, and he'll be right over to sort everything out and finally divorce your butt. And don't even think of trying to lie your way out of it. I've got the footage on my phone from the mini cameras I put in your house. I bet you didn't expect that now, did you? LOL. Henry will leave you in no time. Just you wait and see.
Huh, so you did hide cameras in my home. I mean, I'd kind of guessed you had, but the fact that you just told me so willingly makes things clear.
Huh?
Oh well, I can sue you for invasion of privacy and all that, you know.
What? No, you can't. Besides, you'll be the one being sued for breaking my poor Henry's heart with your adulterous ways. In fact, I'm going to tell him right now to go home and catch you in the act. I mean, how selfish can you get? On his birthday of all days. Henry, quick. You need to go home now. Zoe's there with some strange man. The one I saw from the other day.
What? Okay, I'm on my way home then.
Zoe, I demand you tell me what's going on. Why is Henry hugging that man like that? Why would he hug the man you're cheating on him with? I'm so confused. Tell me, what's happening?
Oh, Wendy, yes. Well, if you had actually come to have a chat the other day, you'd have known that this man, Mike, is Henry's best friend. The two have been separated for quite a while due to Henry leaving the army and Mike staying in it for a little while longer. When I heard that he was leaving the army as well, I took it as my chance to surprise Henry, who I knew would be so grateful to see Mike again and spend some time with him. They were like brothers when they served together, and I knew it would mean so much to both of them to see each other again.
But that's not right. You were cheating with that stranger. That's what you were doing.
No, actually, that's not what I was doing at all. Unlike you, who have been spying on me for the past week.
Oh, about that.
Nuh-uh. No way you're getting off the hook for this one. You violated not just my privacy, but Henry's too. I mean, who does that? Put cameras in someone else's home? It's crazy.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that my son wasn't being lied to or anything. Is that so wrong?
Yes, when it involves setting up cameras and spying on me. Henry's not happy about it either. He said that he'll be having a word with you about everything, especially the fact that you were so eager to try and get rid of me. I mean, I know we've not always been the best of friends, but I thought you at least respected me and the fact that I was married to your son. I guess not, though.
Well, of course not. You're not right for my son. I know him the best, so I know who he should be with better than anyone, and it's not someone like you.
Actually, Mom, I think I know who I should be with better than anybody. I don't need you to decide for me.
Henry?
Yes, I'm using Zoe's phone, and I have to say that I'm incredibly disappointed in you. I mean, cameras? In my home? We seriously need to have a chat about your behavior and why you've tried so hard to split me and Zoe up. It's not okay. Whether you like her or not is not even the point. The fact that I love her and that I've decided to be with her should be all that matters. I mean, I shouldn't have to explain any of this to you. You should already know what it's like to be in love with someone and not have the approval of your in-laws. Didn't Grandma and Grandpa on Dad's side hate you when they met you?
Yes, well,
No. There's nothing to be said at the moment. I'm going to enjoy my birthday with my wife and my best friend. We can talk later.
okay then, Henry.
Thank you. It's me again, Wendy. I just thought that I'd say goodbye for now.
Yes, goodbye, Zoe. I'm sorry about the cameras. I guess I got a bit crazy there. I just wanted to make sure that my son was okay.
I understand. Sort of. Just know this, though. I love Henry with all of my heart, and I would never dream of betraying him like that. I promise.
Thank you. Well, I'll let you get back to celebrating. I'm sorry again.
I'm sure we can maybe start over and try having a better relationship this time round. For both of our sakes and Henry's.
Yes, definitely.
After that whole debacle, Henry did end up having words with his mom. But luckily, she came to her senses and admitted that what she had done was wrong. She also apologized and promised not to do it again. Since then, my relationship with her has gotten a bit better. She no longer hates my guts, and I can actually stand to have a conversation with her now. It's going to take a little while, but with our relationship on the mend, I think things are going to become much better. Sometimes, people just need a second chance and a chance to apologize for the wrongs they have done. You never know what it might lead to.